Hello. The mission story of August 16, 2025, is coming from Namibia. The title, Hearing God, Hating Sin. In the sun-scorched deserts of Namibia, life for young Uapahurua was a cycle of trouble. He stole, he fought, he drank, and no one seemed surprised. Among the Himba people, this was part of life. Each month, when pension money arrived for the elders, alcohol sellers would descend on the settlements. The drinking began, the fights followed, and sometimes blood was spilled. When the money was gone, some turned to stealing even livestock to keep the cycle alive. Uapahurua himself once caught young men in the act of skinning a cow. They claimed it was theirs, but he noticed fresh ear marks, a clear sign the cow had been stolen. These were the kinds of scenes he knew all too well. Then, one day, a man appeared at his hut, a Seventh-day Adventist pastor sent through an outreach program made possible by a 1993 13th Sabbath Offering. The pastor spoke of a God Uapahurua had never heard of before, a creator who made the sun that baked their fields, the maize that fed their families, and even the goats and cattle they tended. Something in those words stirred his curiosity. That Sabbath, Uapahurua went to hear more. Under the shade of a tree, the pastor read from the Bible. Uapahurua couldn't read himself, but the words reached deeper than any book could. Week after week, as he listened, he began to hate what he once loved, the stealing, the drinking, the fighting. On weeks when the pastor couldn't visit, Uapahurua would rise before dawn and walk 7 hours to the nearest town to worship. The journey was long, but the hunger in his heart was stronger than the thirst in his throat. At 23, he gave his life to Jesus and was baptized. Now 46, Uapahurua admits the struggle is real. It's difficult to be a Christian, he says. It's hard not to steal, fight, and drink. That is part of our daily life here. Yet, he stands firm, living proof that when God plants a seed, even in the driest desert soil, it can grow into a tree of life. And it all began because someone, somewhere, gave an offering that made its way to a small Himba homestead in Namibia. The same Sabbath offering that reached him decades ago continues to bear fruit, proving that when God plants a seed, even in the driest desert, it can grow into a life forever changed.